This is how you build confidence for life. You do exactly what you say you're gonna do. Think of your confidence as like armor. And let's say you make yourself a goal to meditate first thing when you wake up in the morning, or a cold shower first thing when you wake up in the morning. Every time that you don't do what you say you're gonna do, so maybe you do start doing the meditation and you start seeing a little bit of improvements, but you stop getting consistent with the practice, or you don't take your cold showers every day like you said you were going to. You say, oh, I'm going to take my cold shower, but then your feelings tell you, I don't really want to get up out of the bed. I don't really want to do anything. I just want to stay in bed and relax. And the cold is really uncomfortable. And sitting down in silence and meditating is pretty uncomfortable, especially when we live in this society that's very overstimulated. It's overstimulated. You know, we have phones, we have video games, we have all these different technologies that are meant to take your attention away, or that have a really negative effect on your mental health and your attention span. If you skip a meditation session, or if you skip a cold shower session, or if you skip a gym session, those are little cracks in your armor. Remember what I said, think of your armor as confidence. Every time you don't do what you say you're going to do, that's like a little crack in your armor. What is confidence? Confidence is a list of undeniable proofs that you are what you say you are. You hear a lot of times people say, fake it till you make it. Well, you can't fake strength. And if you're a loser, if you're a person who lacks the grit, who lacks like the killer instinct, that lacks the obsessiveness of what you want to get done, of the goals that you want to achieve, you can't fake it till you make it. Because someone who's actually passionate about what they're doing, who's in the same field as you or in the same niche as you, they're going to destroy you. Someone who doesn't need motivation, someone who doesn't need discipline, because what they're doing, they love it so much. You hear a lot of times when you choose a career, when you choose what you want to do to make money, or what you do for the rest of your life, you have to like what you do. You don't have to like what you do. You have to be obsessed with what you do. You have to be obsessed with what you do. Every time that you don't do what you say you're going to do, it's a little crack in the armor. It's a chink in the armor. Now, some habits that you decide to skip don't have as much of an effect on your confidence as others. Let's say you make the goal to approach 2 people every day, or approach 2 girls every day. You don't have to get their number, but you make the goal to start a conversation because you want to improve your social skills. If you wussy out, what is that going to say about your self-respect? What is that going to say about how you feel about yourself as a whole? You're going to feel pretty shitty, and you're going to look at yourself as this big wuss. But you're going to fake it till you make it, right? You're going to fake it till you make it. You're going to fake confidence, and you're going to cope and make yourself believe, oh yeah, I did talk to 2 people. I did talk to 2 women today. Yeah, I didn't go to the gym today, but yeah, I'll just do a couple push-ups. These little chinks in the armor add up. In sports, if you say that you're going to train 5 days a week, and you don't train 5 days a week, how are you going to have confidence to perform in your sport? If you play basketball and you say you're going to get 200 shots a day, or if you're going to work out 2 times a day and you don't do that, or if you don't work as hard as you possibly can, if you don't push yourself to that next level, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to lose self-respect for yourself. You're not going to have the confidence in your abilities. You're not going to have the confidence in your abilities because you didn't do the things that you set out to do. It's all mental. It all becomes a mental game. When you get to a certain level of success in anything, sports, music, business, entrepreneurship, it becomes a mental game. Just show up. Don't even worry about making the best workout routine, making the best morning routine, the best structured, formatted schedule for your day. Just do the work. Just show up. You may not understand why you're doing it, but just show up. If you're passionate about it, just do it. Show up. Okay? And work on your craft. work on your craft, whether it's public speaking, whether it's becoming a bodybuilder, whether it's becoming a fighter, whether it's becoming a professional athlete, basketball player, football player, baseball player. Work on your craft. Master one part of your skill set and then move on to the next one. If you want to become an entrepreneur, a content creator, master the art of speaking on camera. If you want to become a good public speaker, this is actually a good way of being able to become a public speaker, being able to speak on camera. And then listening back to the recording of you speaking to see like how your tone is, how your voice is, how your confidence is, how your eye contact is with the camera. There's this quote, I think it's from Bruce Lee. It's from some popular Asian man, but I think it's Bruce Lee, where they say, or he said, do not fear a man that practices 1,000 different kicks a few times. Fear the man that practices one kick 1,000 times. Because when you're in battle with that person, let's say you're sparring that person, or you're in a fight, a pro fight with that person. He's setting you up. He's getting you active. He's trying to see what you do. He's trying to get your rhythm. If he sets you up and if he gets that kick off and he lands it, you're screwed. Why? Because he's practiced that same one kick every single day. He's practiced that same one kick. He's mastered it. He's mastered the form. He's done it in sparring. He's done it. He's had trainers critique his form. He's worked on it for hours, done thousands of reps. That's his go-to. In basketball, I fear a guy, even if you know what the person's gonna do, I fear a person who you know what they're gonna do and you still can't stop it. That's scary. That's scary because a lot of times when you play basketball, you're in situations where you know what the person's gonna do and you still can't stop them. That's scary. Do not fear a man that practices 1,000 kicks a few times. In basketball, I'd fear a person who practices the same dribble pull-up over and over and over and then practices counters to that dribble pull-up. Rather than the person who, okay, we're going to do 3 shots doing through the legs into a pull-up, then we're doing another 3 shots into a spin move on the whole other side of the court. I'm more fearful of the person who has mastered that shot, because when it comes down to it, when the game's on the line, guess where he's going? To that shot. And if he gets that shot off, 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to make it. But that's where the confidence comes from. You know where else confidence comes from? Confidence comes from little wins. You don't have to be the greatest at the start. The late and great Kobe Bryant once said, rest at the end, not in the middle. So if you're a beginner on self-improvement, start off small. Take the easy wins. Just getting up out of bed might be a win for you. Getting up out of bed before 12 o'clock, before noon might be a win for you. Going to bed 30 minutes earlier, you go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning usually, but now you go to bed at 1:30. That's a win. Taking a hot shower and then at the end of your shower, turning it to like a little cold and sitting in there for like 10 seconds. That's a win. Sitting down and taking a conscious breath, just getting present for a minute. That's a win. Take the small wins. Allow yourself to win. Confidence comes from winning. And confidence also comes from the fact that you know that not everyone's meant to be a winner. Winning isn't for everybody. Winning is unforgiving. Winning doesn't know who you are. Winning doesn't know your name. You have to earn it. There's no easy path to success. Every path to riches, fame, success, winning, trophies, medals, achievements, scholarships, every single path is hard. It's difficult. And there's only a few people at the top. It's only a few people that make it. And every time that you get these small wins, your armor gets stronger. Every time you go into the gym and you get bigger, you put on muscle, the armor gets bigger because, you have to accommodate for the bigger mass. If you're small, if you're skinny, if you're short, obviously you're going to have smaller size body armor, but control what you can't control. control what you can't control. Control your finances. Control how you look. Control how you get your hair cut. Control if you go to the gym. Control if you sit down and meditate. If you read. Control if you decide to sit down and do the hard work. That's how you build your confidence. That's all. Win. Win. Stack up a list of undeniable proofs that you are who you say you are. And that doesn't involve you looking in a mirror and saying, I'm confident, I'm respected, I'm cared for. No, you're not. No, you're not. Self-improvement is the highest form of self-love, self-respect, self-care, self-admiration. You build that through years of self-improvement. Yes, I said years. If I were to tell you, you were to build your dream body and it would take you 3 years, a lot of you be like, oh, why would it take 3 years? Like you're complaining, as if 3 years isn't going to pass by anyways. And here's the thing. Here's the next thing. Stop counting the days, make the days count. Stop counting the days like, oh, that's 356 days times 3. I mean, that's so many days. Make the days count. Make the days count. Get as much work done as you can. Work as hard as you possibly can. But what if I burn out? Okay, then you're just not meant for this lifestyle. This channel is meant for guys who are very obsessed with winning, who are very obsessed with getting to that level. This isn't a channel for people who want to give me these arbitrary facts. Oh, well, if you work out for this long, then you might burn out. And you, bro, that's not who I am. I'm sorry, and that's not who I'm going to be. I have to work hard. I have to work myself to absolute exhaustion. That's just who I am. And not everyone's going to agree with what you do. Not everyone's going to agree with the life choices that you make. But that's where confidence comes in. You'll have much more confidence in yourself to make the right choice if you give yourself that chance to win. If you show yourself that you can be organized, if you can show yourself that you can be disciplined, if you show yourself you can be consistent, if you can show yourself that you're not a loser. You want to know how you can increase your standards, increase your confidence, increase your ability to not take disrespect, to take being mistreated, to take being taken advantage of? You get on self-improvement. You work on your looks, you get more money, you work on your status, you get a higher social status, you work on your social skills. Life is just a big game. And every time you do the good habits, every time you add a skill like meditation, journaling, reading, going on a run, going on a hike, going outside, playing with a pet, playing with your pet, saying good morning to your parents, just these little things, it adds points to each area that I've laid off. Money, looks, status, and social skills. You work on those every day, and in 6 months, you'll be a completely different person as long as you stay on the path. Progressively overload your discipline. And that's how you build confidence. We growing, we moving, and we locked in. Thank you for watching.